at the end, I will just give a few updates and then we can open it up for any questions. So ladies, thank you so much. Take it away.
All right. So I am going to start off. I am Nikki. We're so excited to be here and share about recruiting and building a team tonight. So first of all, kind of the crazy thing that I am sharing this, because when I started, guys, it'll be 2 years in April, and I had like no desire to build a team. So some people jump in and they're like, oh, I want to build a team. That was not me. I was brand new to direct marketing. I was brand new to sales. I kind of didn't know anything about it. So I just started having parties, and it was like a little side gig I was doing. But then I started seeing what was happening. I started seeing that this seriously could be a life-changing opportunity. And I saw it happening to people around me, and I decided I wanted to be in on it. So that is kind of where it started. So let's see. One of the things, the quote that stood out to me that someone said, it was from the two sisters. Listen Sister is where it came from, that book. The one quote that stood out to me more than anything was, work it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. Work it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. And that is so, so true. In the beginning, I was working it like a hobby, and it was paying me like a hobby, which was great. I actually cleaned houses on the side before I started Zaya. I was a single mom, so I didn't just needed extra income. So I was cleaning houses on the side just for a little side gig. Well, Zaya came into my life. I was able to quit doing that, and it was just my little side business. Then I realized if I wanted to work it like a business, I was going to have to add reps to my team. And that's kind of where it started. My first rep was actually someone I did not even know. So one of the things that I want to tell all of you on this call, and I tell all of my girls, is you have no idea where your reps are going to come from, guys. No idea. I always hear people say, I don't know anyone that would want to do this. Well, guess what? I didn't know anyone either when I started. And then I had parties, and then I just got more and more people. It's like a snowball effect. So even though you don't know anyone at the time, you never know who your next rep's going to be, okay? So that's where it started. So I'm going to talk to you guys first just about just overcoming those no's and things like that, and then Lindsay will take over. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about is just don't prejudge. When you guys are trying to find reps, you never know what anyone's going through. You never know what's behind closed doors. For example, it might be a single mom. And you think, she's doing her own thing. She's not interested at all. Well, maybe she wants more. Maybe she wants something for herself. Maybe she wants to be the one to make a little side income and take her husband on vacation for once. So you never know what they're going through. Maybe she wants a community of ladies like you guys know that we have. This group is freaking amazing. They're the most supportive group of girls. And maybe someone just wants to be surrounded by uplifting, supporting group like we have here. So we don't know what they're going through. Maybe they have a lot of money and you see them going on vacations and, doing all the things. And you think, oh, they don't need to make any more money. Can be way more than that. Like I said, maybe they want a community of people. Maybe her husband's making money and she wants to make the money. Maybe she is working crazy hours and she just wants to be home with her children a little bit more. So don't prejudge. We don't know what they're going through, and we don't know what's happening behind closed doors, like I said. So that's one of the first things I wanted to tell you about. Some things from my team that have personally, I've had girls say to me, one girl said that she was always so-and-so's mom. And now this was for her. Like, she was excited. This is my thing. This is about me for once, and I'm loving it. Another girl had to step down from a leadership job that she had because of some things that were happening in their household. And she told me that it was filling the void because she wanted to be a leader and she had lost that from her job. But now she felt like a leader again because she was leading a team of her own. So, oh, and then I have others that have said their kids are grown. A lot of us have little kids too, but sometimes when your kids get grown, you have this void, like, what am I supposed to do with my time now? So it can fill those voids too. Now, when I was first asked about the opportunity, guys, I said no. I mean, it was a pretty hard no. Amy Kriegler is my sponsor. She's incredible. Love her dearly. But I had a very successful party, and she said, Nikki, you should do this with me. And I was like, no way, like no way. I don't know anything about sales. I don't know how to do I mean, I didn't know anything. So, but I will tell you what she did when she said that to me. She planted a seed that was keeping me up at night. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about one of my friends who did Scentsy, who is super successful, thinking, you know what? She got in at a really good time. And if I get in Zaya right now, is this the time that is really going to, I can make those major life-changing things happen. So she just got me thinking. And after a while, I called her and I said, okay, Amy, tell me more. I want to know more. So even though someone says no, they're still planting that seed. I have a girl on here right now, Amber. I know I saw you on here. Amber told me no, and she came to me probably 6 months later and was like, okay, Nikki, I want in. So when someone tells you no, it doesn't necessarily mean no. Maybe it's not now, maybe it's a bad time, but they might come back around for sure, okay? So no does not mean no. And one of the things that I really want to talk to you about is when someone tells you no, kind of finding out why they say no and relating to them and understanding them and giving them just some solutions to help them turn their no into a yes, okay? So the one that I'm sure all of us here is, I don't have time for this, right? Guess what? I'm a busy mom, lots of kids. I'm a full-time teacher. I think I forgot to say that. So I'm a second grade teacher. We have busy lives. So give them the solution. Don't just say, oh, you can do it. No, I can say, when I post when my son is at practice. When I'm sitting in the car for 5 minutes while he's going into practice and I'm waiting for pickup or something like that. I will do a live video in my car just telling about items that maybe were restocked that day, because that's the only time that I can fit those little those little parts of our day that we can fit it into our lives, right? I also share with them that there's a scheduler on Facebook. You guys share with them our tricks. It's not a secret. We have Post My Party. I don't sit around and post all day long. I have Post My Party. I'm teaching all day. I can't check my phone throughout the day. So share with them all the little tricks that are those time savers that you guys have. Another thing that I hear is everyone is selling. There's so many people, right? No, not true at all. Look at other direct sales company, guys. I don't know how many we have right now. Megan, how many are we up to? Is it like 60,000?
Actually, I just added a rep today and she was 72,000.
Okay. I didn't know the exact number, what it was right now.
But of those 72,000, about 63,000 are actually active.
Okay.
Still active.
Yeah. And if you guys look and you Google Scentsy and Rodan Fields, like all those, you guys, those numbers are way, way, way higher. 4 times as many. So we are a baby company. So I always talk to them about, if I, for example, have a party, how many of those girls actually know what Zaya is? Most people in a party have never heard of Zaya. And if they have, some of them have Zaya, but a lot of them have heard of it, but they don't even own any of it yet. So we are a baby company. Now is the time to get in. And I always share that with them. Another thing I hear is, not a salesperson. Guess what? Neither was I. Knew nothing about sales. And that's when I show them and tell them about you guys. That's when I tell them about this incredible team that we have. I didn't know what I was doing. I was texting and reaching out to people all the time about every little thing. And that's when I talked about this team, how we're all here for each other, how we have trainings like this that tell you exactly what you need to do. I also share with them the groups because I was worried about the graphics, the little things that seem like they're really difficult if you don't know about all the little sites we have to help us. So I will actually get out my phone and share with them, hey, check out this site. Don't know about sizing? No big deal. I can put in joggers, size 12, peak joggers. And guess what? all of them are going to come up. I'm even going to be able to share pictures of people in that size with others. And that is pretty awesome when they realize, wait, I don't have to know about all the sizing. I don't have to know about which is good for which, because I have all these sites that are going to help me and guide me, and just really make it easier for me. So I will, like I said, grab my phone out. If I'm on Zoom, I will have it up and I will show them all of our little cheating ways to find the information that we need. Okay. Another thing I hear is money. If someone doesn't have the money for it, and I know you've heard this before, if you don't, then you definitely should be in, because this is a place where that can give you the extra income that you need, so you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. I tell them that, guess what? When I started, I didn't have the money. I put it on my credit card and I worked my butt off to pay it off in my first month. And I would help you do that too. So, because if they have a couple parties that first month, they should easily be able to get that paid off. So let them know, yes, it is $295 to start. You get $100 back in gift certificates, in a gift certificate. You can use that $100 to get gift cards to give out to customers to bring in more sales. So make sure you're sharing those things too. And like I said, we will help you make that money back right away, as quickly as we can. And another thing about that is I always touch them about, we don't need inventory. They see all of us probably in our Zaya, because we have a lot, right? Most of us are closet full of Zaya, but we didn't start that way. None of us started that way. You don't have to have it to sell it. You can show it on your screen, like new releases. Every new release day, guys, I have my phone out and I am doing a live video of my computer screen. So just making sure they know you don't have to have the inventory, but you'll get it as you go, because you get these great hostess rewards that you can cash in, right? One of the perks, we all have the great wardrobe. And another big one is, I don't know enough people. Of course, that's a biggie. And that's for parties, for reps, for everything. We hear that all the time. But obviously, we know that it's kind of a snowball. You have one party, you can get another one and another one and another one. So it just snowballs from there. So if you have friends, family, I always talk to them about who is a best friend that you could start with. And then whoever goes to that party, you can ask them. People are always amazed, like especially when they're starting, when I say right now where I am in my Zaya business, the parties that I am having are usually for strangers. Because once I have a party, I book another one, and another one. And I'm always sharing that I have a party going on right now in Colorado, in Missouri, in Arizona, and everyone's like blown away by this. New reps especially, they are blown away, like, what? And then they start to understand, well, if I have one, I can just keep booking more, okay? So that is something else. Let's see, those were a lot of the common no's that I hear. But I'm gonna turn it over to Lindsay for a little bit, but we'll probably be back and forth a little bit. Any questions about any of that though? Are you ready to take over, Lindsay?
Okay. I was trying to do like the teacher thing, give them a full 5 seconds. Hi, Gina. I see your face. Okay. So my name's Lindsay Anderson. Can you hear me okay? I feel like I'm yelling at my screen, so. Okay. So Nikki was my neighbor. Sure. And my story's a little similar, just a little, a few months behind her. But I had no intention of selling. I have no direct sales experience. But really, and Megan said this, other leaders in our community, our group, our team have told us and continue to tell us, party, party, party. Like if you are looking for the next rep, but you're not looking to book parties, like you need to book parties. Get parties on your calendar. If you don't have one every week or about 4 every month, that's that is where you're going to find your reps for the most part. That's where they're coming from. So like Nikki said, you never know where your next rep will come from. And honestly, so one thing that I kind of was adding notes to my notes when Nikki was talking, but I would say if you haven't gone back to your Franks list or your list of people when you started this new adventure, and you're like, who do I ask to have parties? Because like for me, I wasn't going in it originally to build a team. And then it just all organically started happening. So looking at that list, I think is something worth doing, because you might have a new lens as you look through that list, as you're looking to build a team now. And again, like Nikki said, you don't know what people are going through, you know, what their why is and why they would want to do this for themselves or their family. And honestly, for me, as I thought of girls who I thought this would be a really great opportunity for them, I literally started making a list, and not like in a weird way, but like almost like a prayer list. Like, these are girls that are on my heart. Okay, so that sounds kind of cheesy. But these are girls that I'm like, you know what, I really feel like this would be a blessing to them. You know, and I have a connection with them. So, and that's another thing, like when you want to build a team, you can't just want to build a team. It's about building relationships. Like, you can't go into something like when you really want a sale, when you're like, gosh, I haven't had a sale in 3 days. Well, that's all you think about. Those things don't happen. It's really in the moments of building a relationship with someone and just having conversations with them, getting out there and just talking to people. That's when those things happen. Like, you can't think about the sale. You can't think about the new rep. It's all about creating that community and connection with people. And like Nikki, my first teammate, I didn't even know. And I got introduced to Gina. Hi, Gina. She's got a little there. Through a colleague at work. And it just snowballed from there. So if you're like, you know, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? You know, it's going to happen in the time that it's supposed to happen, with the people that are meant to be on your team. I had another girl who I had a party for, an old college teammate who I didn't really know that, not that well. I ran with her for maybe a year or two. And then I had a party for another teammate from that party. And then from that party, somebody who never heard of Zaya, she's now on my team and has 2 reps. So it's the party from the party from the party. So if you're in this, you know, and it's been 2 months, you haven't had maybe the party from the party from the party. Like, you never know which party it's going to be. It's kind of like the, if you get 9 no's, like you get to that 10th, because that could be your yes. So don't stop at 9. I don't know how the quote goes, but you know what I mean. Also, things to still consider while we're still a young company. It might feel like we're very dense in population in Papillion or whatever. Nikki, myself, and my old neighbor, well, my 2 old neighbors, we were literally house to house to house, 3 in a row, we're all reps. And if I had stayed in the house that I was in, we would have had 4 women in the same dance studio selling Zaya. So it's really, while it might feel like it's really like there's a lot of reps, we have so many connections outside of just that one little space we know each other. So I just want to encourage you with that as well. While it feels like there are a lot, really we have so much room to grow. And then I wanted to touch base on, excuse me, I just ate a giant taco salad and that's being recorded. Okay. Sam Higginson. And okay, so I say Sam Higginson, but if you're not like listening to the leadership calls to the new rep training, I would highly suggest you do that, because for someone like me who was never in direct sales and who still doesn't know how to describe clothing properly with the fancy terms that, you know, like pleating and, you know, mesh and ventilation holes or whatever, like this is vocabulary that doesn't naturally flow from me. Okay. So the more I hear it, the more confident I am in using it. So I highly suggest that if you're not doing listening in on calls, whether it's on your way to work, during a workout, whatever, dive into that so you become more confident. As well as Nikki mentioned, reading or listening to, because I listen to it, Listen Sister. That really helped give me a little more mental strength. It just gave me a little bit more encouragement in where I was at and what I was doing, and continuing on in this journey. Not that I would have said no, like I'm done from reading it, but it's a really good book if you don't feel super confident. And I think we all probably have ounces of confidence that we wish we had a little bit more of, but I would highly suggest listening or reading to that book. Okay, so Nikki talked about how, it's still a brand new company for the, considering other direct sales companies. But these were the 3 reasons to say yes that Sam Higginson went over, months ago. But that's one of them, is that we're still a baby company. We're 4 years young. People still don't know who we are. We're not a product that, you buy it and you just refill with certain things. We have new products every week. We're not a company that launches once a quarter. And it's closed. Like, other than, do we size up or do we size down? Like, I want to know so I don't have to return something. But it's closed, and we don't have to learn about how to do applications or what the ingredients are. So those were the 3 things that I try to always share if I'm talking to someone about joining. And then of course the no inventory, no sales, no sales experience. So not needing to carry inventory. Excuse me, I keep burping from the taco salad. But also reassuring them that you have me. Like, you signed up underneath me. I am here for you. So you have a question. I don't care how silly you think it is, but you message me, you text me. Now, do I want you texting me every day in, a year from now? Well, hopefully we're celebrating from our successful businesses, but just reassuring that, like, I'm here for you. That's my job. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you have all the right tools to do this successfully and still have time for your family and the things that you want to have in your life. What else? Be sure to, when we have like Discover Zaya, because that was, I don't know, every other Wednesday, but if you have someone who is like, I might be interested, say, hey, we've got this call this Wednesday, you don't have to sign up or give an email, you just hop on live. So be sure to use that as well. I've had some girls hop into the Discover Zaya page and listen in to some other leaders in this company. And then I will say, just be you, because, and in being you, be sure that you're going live in your pages, in your groups, because I feel like the more you that you are, the more that the people who might want to be on your team will decide if they want to be on your team, because you're actually showing up physically versus posting a graphic. Like, they want to know the human side of you, because I have heard multiple people, maybe someone I'm staring at on my screen, tell me, I had 2 people ask me about joining Zaya, but I signed up underneath you. And then another rep of mine who, she said, her very first rep, again, was asked to join through someone else, and she loved who this girl was, one of my reps, Valerie. She just fell in love with, all the things she was in her VIP versus somebody else. So I think the more that we are going live in our VIP and just being who we are, showing pieces of our lives, having our children in the video, talking about our favorite snacks, just being goofy, silly, not being perfect. Hi, Robin. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have. And I don't have a giant team, and I'm trying not to compare myself to others, but those are the things that stick in my brain when it comes to talking about building a team. So that's it. That's all I got.
Love it. So awesome. Okay, Nikki, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we can open it up for questions?
I don't think so. Just like Lindsay said, being yourself and just presenting the opportunity to everyone, guys. And I mean, not that it's, oh, they're joining my team. You are giving them like this life-changing opportunity. Like Lindsay said, who do I want to bless with this? I get really emotional when I talk about it, but Zaya has been so life-changing. So for Amy to present that to me is amazing, and I want to do the same for others. So yes, and I'll cry, so I'm going to be done.
Oh, you got me teary-eyed. I actually wrote that down when Lindsay said that, because, well, for one, it definitely shows with your team and being able to meet you both and your teams last weekend or the weekend before, whatever weekend base camp was. You really truly have that bless people, and how can we bless people with this business in your hearts. And it shows by how your team connects, how they love on each other. And that is a huge part of Zaya. And so when you said that, Lindsay, that was just so like, it's so true. And like how you get emotional, Nikki, it can bless so many people in so many different ways, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physical, we don't know. So we can't take that opportunity away from people. We have to give people that opportunity. We have to allow people to make the choice whether or not they want to take the opportunity. And so I loved how you said that, because it is so true. It's not about who can we get, who can we rep, it's who can we bless, who can we share this with. And so I love that you said that. And Nikki, you have the biggest heart, and I love how what Zaya has done for you, and I love your story. I love how you're honest and say, I signed up with a credit card. I had to. I did it. I signed up with a credit card, but you know what? Look at you now. And that's such a good thing to share. And sometimes that's hard to share, but we do. We have to be real, and we have to share those stories, you guys, because that's what is going to have people want to join you, is you being you. Like Lindsay said, be you. And I loved it. You girls are amazing. Thank you both so much for sharing tonight. Anybody else have any questions or any comments or anything at all? Anyone that's on, feel free to unmute or ask away.
Hey, Megan, this is Kim.
Hi,
I
Kim.
kind of have a question for people in general if they want to chime in, but do people tend to recruit by just getting people to sign up as just for the discount? Do a lot of people do that? I don't tend to push that, because if they become a rep, you now lose that income, and if they're not going to work it, then I have heard it's better just to keep them as a client, because you'll make more out of it. But at the same time, they could see something better in the future and eventually work it. So I'm kind of curious as to what people do with that sort of thing. Anybody want to chime in?
That's a hard one.
Lead with the business.
Kim, I talk about that a lot, I feel like, because I have a couple reps under me who used to be great customers of mine, and they signed up to be a rep for the discount, and now they don't buy anything. So I always feel like that's really hard, because sometimes if you get them if they sign up for the discount, then a lot of times they will end up jumping all in, right? We know that. Like, you sign someone up for a discount, we throw them a party, and all of a sudden they're like, whoa, this is cool. Like, I want in, right? But that doesn't always happen. So I have a hard time with that, I guess. Megan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess I always feel like if someone wants to be a rep, I always jump on the opportunity to have them be a rep for the sake of, if you say, let's do a launch party, I'll run the party for you, and they get into this launch and somebody wants to host a party off of it, or things start happening, sometimes that rep is like, wow, this is all you have to do, or I didn't realize that this is what it was, or yeah, I think I can do this. And sometimes they think they want to join for the discount and they end up it becoming so much more. But there are the times where a really good customer becomes a discount rep and only stays a discount rep. But that doesn't mean, 6 months from now, 8 months from now, after being part of the community and just kind of seeing and hearing things, that they might not change their mind and decide that they do want to build the business. So I really don't turn down anyone that wants to be a rep or try to steer them away, because I think that, again, like we said before, people join for so many different reasons, and it could be just the community that they need. And you never know who that person may bring as well to the team or to the community. So yeah, I treat every circumstance as the same, because you just never know. And I know a lot of reps that have built really amazing businesses started as discount reps, or thinking that's what they wanted to do.
Megan, could I just add something to that quick?
Yeah.
This is Sue.
Yeah.
I've approached several of my really great VIPers with the opportunity to come on even for a discount, because I feel like if they're buying frequently, I almost feel like it would be dishonest to not let them know that there's an opportunity for them to get a discount. And a lot of them then, once they see how easy it is, kind of, slide into that role, or at least have that opportunity. But I feel like if I don't let them know that, then I'm not sharing the blessing that this could be for them in whatever way. And some of them have said, no, I would rather just support you, but at least I put it out there, and at least they know that that's an option.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, actually, I don't know if she's on here, but I know a level one of mine has done that for several of her reps, have signed up as discount, but they have the link, their shopping link, open for their friends and family. They don't really announce it, but they still get a decent amount of sales based on just kind of sharing with their close friends and family, which is always an option too. Anyone else have anything to add tonight? Anyone? Really quick before we get off. So at the beginning, Nikki, when you were talking from Listen Sister, if you treat it, will you repeat that again?
Hang on, let me look at my
I know, I was trying to think of how that.
If you work it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. If you work it like a business, it'll pay you like a business.
Okay, yeah.
And out of that whole book, that just stood out so much, because it is so true, you guys. And if you want it to be this business, then you have to recruit, you have to build a team. So it's game changer. So.
Yep, for sure. Love it. Yes. So if anyone hasn't read the book, Listen Sister, read or listen to the Audible. Also, we had the pleasure of having them do a call for our Connect team, which is posted in the announcements, or not in the announcements, in the files on our Connect page. So go back, re-listen. I've listened to it a couple times. It's a fantastic call. So many great nuggets on building a business and how to do that. So check that out. And then you guys, our last Dash to Director training call for round 2 is March 30th, where Olivia Ryan will be coming on to talk about being on brand with Zaya and what that means to be on brand. So that will be March 30th, and that will be our last one, you guys. So about two weeks today left of this, and we have so many people so close to director, already have achieved that director, so we have a lot of names going in for those cash prizes at the end. Super excited for that. So yeah, I guess if nobody has anything, then I guess we'll let everyone go. Again, Lindsay and Nikki, thank you so much. Thank you for being real, honest, sharing your hearts. Appreciate you both so much. And everyone have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.